She's been hailed as one of the nation's funniest women.
What?
No.
Do I get an award?
No, Judi, this bit isn't about you.
Oh.
It's about your mate, Emily Atack, actually. Hey, Emily. Now, you were here to talk about your new show, and we're going to get to that in just a sec. But actually, I'll be quite interested to hear what you think of our last topic that we were talking about before the break. In terms of treatment online, have people ever crossed the line with you?
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is something that I've been dying to talk about for a really long time. It's always just kind of finding that right moment and when you kind of feel ready to. I think, basically, you know, we live our lives very much online now. And I think there's this new culture that, especially young people, not just young people, actually older people too, there's this new culture that anybody can now say anything to anybody, right? And trolling is kind of one thing. I've experienced trolling. So many people have experienced that. But what I'm really kind of noticing is this, I call it a sexual harassment blind spot that seems to be completely out of control. And yeah, I've really noticed in the last couple of years, especially, how out of control it is. And yeah, it's just something that it's had a huge impact on my mental health. I think we're now seeing as well what the impact of social media and what that has now on people's mental health. And for me, highlighting this sexual harassment blind spot is now very important to me.
Yeah, and I think in terms of it being a blind spot, hopefully the more we talk about it, the more that people understand that certain behaviour online is quite simply unacceptable. You know, that's all we can hope, really. So thanks so much for talking about that. I know it's not always an easy thing to share.
People think they get away with it online. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, hopefully that's the sort of behaviour we can try our best to change, really. But you are, as I said, here to talk about yours and Judi's new shows. Did you know what Judi said as soon as that played, Emily? She went, "Oh, my goodness, I look good." I mean, you just can't take Judi anywhere.
Every day, I was looking at Judi's outfits every day going,
Girl, we was on fire, like, we was on fire. But apart from us looking good and doing our things as female comedians, like, tell us a bit about the show. It was great, wasn't it, our new show?
Oh, it was so fun. It was just, I really felt like there was a sense of appreciation. The fact that, I think for a lot of us, it was the first time we'd kind of left the house, only to go into another one. But yeah, it was so fun. It was such a gorgeous, lovely group of people. We had a gorgeous array of snacks, which Judi and I managed to devour very, very quickly. It's quite embarrassing, really. And it was great fun. And it was one of those things that I think when I sort of saw it on paper, I thought, I'll be really good at that. I'm just going to go for the crack. I'm going to go and sit with Bill Bailey and Judi Love and eat snacks the whole time, and it's just going to be really fun. It was really hard.
No, but Emily, I need to know. I'm so confused. I mean, you guys are obviously talking so lovely about the show, but I really need to know what the show is actually about. Right,
good point. Yeah, I keep forgetting nobody else knows. Right, so I'm really bad at explaining it, so Judi, jump in if I kind of say it. It's basically, we're sat watching these VTs, and Stacey Dooley, lovely Stacey Dooley, who's one of the nicest people in the whole world, she's taking 4 people around a house, and we have to decide out of those 4 people who is telling the truth and who is lying. So all 4 of them will be saying, this is my house, this is my life, this is my husband, these are my dogs. And we have to decide which out of the 4 people is telling the truth.
Oh, that's very cool.
And it was very hard because you take into consideration one person lying, saying, oh, you know, my name is, I don't know, Tasha, and this is my house. But then they've got to act like that's their husband and look at pictures. Oh, this is when we went skiing, and hey, Chucky, to the dog. And you're like, is that your dog? So it was really...
They're good. Good liars.
Good liars. If there's one thing you do learn from the show, people can lie.
Yes, I know. And it was one of those things you think as soon as you see the people at the beginning, you kind of go, oh, I already know exactly who it is, and it just changes throughout. There'll be one point where all 4 of them have convinced you. It's really bizarre.
And what was it like working with Judi? Because obviously we know that here.
Do you know what? I've been dying to say this. Judi Love is one of the most wonderful, hilarious, brilliant, most beautiful women I've ever met in my life. And she's one of those people, she just lifts everybody. It's like when she walks into a room, it's like a light's turned on. She's so hilarious and kind. And I'm chuffed that I can say she's my mate now.
Yeah, most definitely. You're exactly the same, babes. You know, there was times it was back-to-back filming. Obviously, it was COVID regulated. And like anything, you guys know, sometimes you're like, oh, you know, it's the second run-in, and Emily would be like, come on, we'll do this, and we'd laugh and, you know, did our videos, and just great to work with.
Never a dull moment with Jude.
Never a dull moment.
Not with Emily.
Never a
You've
dull
got a
moment.
dog in lockdown, have you, I hear? Penny.
Yes, my lovely little Penny. She, to be honest, I've been thinking for quite a long time now about getting a dog. Yeah, she's lovely. She's very naughty. She's just about potty trained. Do you say potty trained? Toilet trained. And yes, we've just about got that nailed down, but I've had to throw a few carpets away. But no, she's just brilliant. She makes me laugh every day, and she's very sweet. Oh, I just adore her. She's the best. I think anyone that has a dog knows just how addicted you become to them. I'm obsessed. I'm one of those annoying people. I can't stop putting her on my Instagram, and I just love her.
Now, what has this whole year, because it's all been like a different kind of year for us, pandemic-wise, for so many of us, and you went on like a big fitness sort of campaign, didn't you, Judi? Was it first lockdown that you did it?
Well, to be honest, it was more, though, the first lockdown, I drank like a fish. I have to be honest. I think the first lockdown, we were all just kind of not knowing, you know, what to do and not knowing how to kind of nail lockdown. And I think I did kind of what most people did. And instead of buying, you know, a new kind of art set online, I bought a cocktail making kit and perfected my cocktails instead. So I'd love to say that, you know, I'm now like a qualified yoga teacher and, you know, I'm really wholesome. But no, I did spend the first lockdown just getting very drunk. But it was more, I think it was this lockdown that I thought, right, okay, we don't know how long this is going on for. I just decided to make some healthier decisions. So I cut back on the old booze for a bit. And to be honest, I got a step machine, but I worked out that I actually spend so much time stepping over it. Rather than actually, so actually I get my steps in because I'm just stepping over it the whole time. But no, I think this lockdown I have just made sort of more conscious, healthier decisions just to keep a clearer head, you know. But yeah, I'll always love a drink though. I'll always love a drink.
I get it though. I don't think it's unusual. I think quite a few of us knew that the behaviour first lockdown probably wasn't the best in the world. And I think a few of us are trying to be a little bit more healthy, I think, in this lockdown. Oh no, she's gone. Oh, she's frozen.
She can sing as well. My girl can sing, you know.
I know, I was hoping she was going to do like a big West End number, but unfortunately she's gone.